Dun dun dun. What's up, everybody? My name is Malik Atala, and today I'm going to be talking about Charles Manson. He's one of the most famous criminal cult leaders of all time. I'm going to be doing a whole series on him, his family, and the crimes they committed back in 1969. This is just the first episode. On November 12th, 1934, Charles Manson was born. His mother, Kathleen Maddox, had him in Cincinnati, Ohio, but she would later go to prison for 5 years for strong-arm robbery, try to get money to eat. She had help from Charlie's uncle and would later make the paper for robbing that store. Little Charlie Manson went to McMecken, West Virginia, and lived with his aunt and grandma. They were very deeply religious people. His uncle was a mountain man out of Kentucky. He told Charles, "We ain't surrender. We're still rebels, and we'll be rebels until the end of time. 'Cause I ain't accepting no Yankee school. Don't go to those schools, boy." So when he was 9 years old, he set the school on fire, and he went to reform school. Between 1942 and 1947, Manson spent time with his mom's assorted lovers until she allowed the courts to take him to the Javalt School for Boys. After 10 months, he ran to find his mom, but she wouldn't take him back. Manson would later say, "The only thing my mother taught me was that everything she said was a lie, and he learned never to trust or believe anyone about anything." He ran away and robbed grocery stores, began pulling petty crimes, so in 1949 he was sent to Father Flanagan's famous Boys Town in Omaha, Nebraska. It was posted in the newspaper, "A dead-end kid who lives in emotionally blind alley is happy today. He's going to Boys Town." Manson ran away 4 days later and stole a car with another fellow. They made it all the way to Utah before they got captured. At just 13, he stole cars and committed his first armed robbery, which led him to the Indiana School for Boys, where he claimed he was beaten constantly and ran away 18 times. He went to the National Training School for Boys, National Bridge Camp, Federal Reformatories in Petersburg, Virginia, and Chillicothe, Ohio. He was paroled in 1954 when he was just 19 years old. In January 1955, back in McMecken, the 20-year-old Charles Manson married 17-year-old Rosalie Jean Willis and held odd jobs, but continued to steal cars driving across state lines. He stole guns and went to Georgia, where he burglarized a store and got a straw hat full of dimes and went west towards Los Angeles. On the way there, Rosalie ditched him for a truck driver and never saw Manson again. He reached LA but couldn't give up his life of crime. Manson also was a pimp, driving girls across state lines for illegal purposes. He would continue his petty crimes in his early life, but it always came with tough penalties. He then violated probation from forging a $40 treasury check. Because of his long record, he got 10 years at Terminal Island Prison in California. During that time, he would study Scientology and learn how to play his guitar. He studied new ways of thinking, and in jail, he heard the Beatles for the first time. He wanted to be bigger than them once he got out, fantasizing about the lifestyle of women and fame. This would play a key role in what was to come when he got out. But he said that he learned something from everyone during his constant incarceration. He met an old Depression-era gangster named Alvin Creepy Karpis. He told Manson how to keep a woman and play the guitar. Manson was in Terminal Island from 1960 to 1967. He fit in with the prison's hierarchy, where he formed his views of the world. He would sit and play his guitar, and one guy named Phil Kaufman said he sounded like a young Frankie Lane. One guard said, "You can't play your guitar here. You're never gonna get out of here, Manson." He said, "I don't care, man," and he kept playing. He studied new ways of thinking and became very seasoned in human behavior, how to manipulate situations to his benefit. He did his own time and refused to be programmed or go along with the expectations of the prison. He wrote many songs in his cell during that period, and prison was the only home he'd ever known. The world was far different from what Charlie Manson remembered. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.